Okay guys, what's up? Welcome back to Kiki channel. Here I am again with my suck in English thing. Okay, this time I want to share my decade of my life. I want to tell you my story this past 10 years, a decade of my life. So let's start from 2010. Well, that was my high school day. I think it was the start of my high school day. So between 2010 and 2012, it's my high school life. So it started my, well, everyone said that high school life is the best moment in your life. Well, I don't think so. I think it's the second of the best of my life, but it's not my best part of my life in the high school. Well, I don't know. I don't know. It's just too boring. Like there's only like bad memories of my high school thing. Well, I shared it before in my last video about my love story in high school. Well, this just sucks, you know. Think about it, there's nothing good in high school except, well, at least I had a good grades in high school. One of the best actually. I don't know why, but I get one of the best grade in my high school. Well, that's the good point. That's the only good point, I think. Well, other than that, it's just too boring for me. But well, let's go back to the next 2012, and between 2012 and 2016, it's my university's life start. So I enter this university by, what do you call, by accident? Actually, I get this university's info from my friend that it had Japanese language to learn. I don't know what it's called in English. Sorry. So on that university, I start to learn my Japanese. Not only about Japanese. Well, actually, university's life is, I think, is the best thing in my life for now, until now. You know, like you can find a lot of people from different background, like in the same place. You know, like there's a lot of my friend from other city who come to this university. You can, like, there's an older one, I think there's a younger one other than me. Yeah, you can meet a lot of different backgrounds people in the university, and you can learn a lot of it from there. And you know, the teaching style is also different from high school. You know, it's like you learn by yourself, not just like in high school you just listen to the teacher and absorb what it teach to us. But it's different in high school. You try to learn by yourself. You try to, I think that's the first time I mean, like, for me to try to survive in this world. Back in 2015, that was my first time I went to Japan for my internship in Hokkaido. Well, I think that's really the best part. I think I'm really grateful I get the chance to go there, and because of that I can go back anytime I want to, if I want to go and work in Japan again. Well, but still, of course, there's a good one, there's a bad one. The bad one, well, let's say, you know, as I said, the university's life is the best part of my life, I think. So it's kind of hard to find the bad one. Well, the bad one, what do you say? Maybe the bad one is when you enter, when I enter in 2012 in the my first class mate, well, I cannot graduate at the same time with them. That's just the bad part, I think. Now, like, it's hard to meet with them again. Like, well, it's already they are already start to work, or some of them still left the university. Some of them left behind. So it's just sad that we cannot graduate at the same time. Yeah, that's just, you know, I don't really like that moment at all. But yeah, that's life. That's life. And well, that's it. That's, I think, my achievement in 2000 between in my university life. Well, that the internship thing, that like opening my chance to go to Japan. Well, after that, I start to like doing a part-time work, and some even like Asian Festival, anime, Asian Festival Anime Indonesia, I think that's what they call AFID. Well, I start to part-time there, and a lot of, and especially my Japanese is really, really, I really start from 2012. Like, I just learned Japanese like 4 years, but I didn't learn Japanese in high school, so I did my time only for 4 years in Japanese in university, I mean. So it's like really my greatest achievement, I think. So now I can speak Japanese, well, not fluently, not like I can speak good, but at least I can talk to Japanese, like not, well, not the business language, just like conversation things. It just, now I can speak naturally in Japanese. Well, that's my greatest achievement. And well, I went back to Japan in 2018, I think. 2017. 2017, I went back to Japan for 6 months. I worked back in there, like, yeah, in Japan, well, at the first time I thought Japan was the best country. Like, the country is clean, right? It is clean, and the people and the food is pretty good actually. But still, and I went back to Japan again back in 2018, I think. 2017 and 2018, I went back 2 times to Japan, and I just went back in November 2019. What I think about Japan is just, at the first time I was really interested, like, oh my god, this is the perfect country. Like, the country is clean, the transportation is always on time, and everything just seems like convenient. But still, when I went there, like, it's just different from Indonesia. Indonesia still, in my opinion, is still the best country. Even though, yeah, it's not a secret anymore. Like, there's a lot of bad thing in Indonesia, like about the trash thing, like everyone just doing a litter, throwing trash like anywhere they want, or like the pollution. Yeah, it's a bad thing about Indonesia, but still, I don't know why, but I think that's already part of my life to live in Indonesia. Even though, what do you say? Indonesia. No, it's just the best for Indonesia. Is, like, there's a lot of things to be missed in Indonesia when you, especially if you ever like work in other country. I believe you still want to go back to Indonesia. I don't know. It's just me, or everyone thinks the same like me. But for me, no matter how long you stay or comfortable to work, to live in other country, for me, I'm still miss Indonesia. the food, like even though the traffic jam, somehow it kinda you want the traffic jam. Well, in Japan there's a traffic jam and it's really really they really I mean follow the rules. Not like in Indonesia, they like when they're red light they still drive through things like that. But I don't know why. But I miss them. I miss it in Indonesia, like when I still in Japan. And the people, the best thing. Well, Japanese people is good, but they act like give and take thing. If you give something to Japanese, and no, if you take something from Japanese, you must give it back to the Japanese. That's the thing in Japan. It's different from, well, in Indonesia there's such a thing too, but not necessary. It's just like a pure like it's just a common thing to do, like give and take. But in Japan, it's a must thing. If you take something from Japanese, you must give it back. I don't like that. It's a good thing, but I don't like that. Like it's a must thing. That's why I don't like that. Well, for 10 years, I learned a lot of things about love, career, life. I learned a lot of experience till I'm being now. I'm still like, even though I'm still just like this, still, I still know nothing about this world, but well, 10 years is a really, really long time to, I'm 24 right now, so 10 years, come on. 10 years is really, really long. And yeah, in 10 years, like One Piece, you still follow One Piece up till now. It's not never end a comic. God. Yeah, there's a lot of things to take for 10 years for my decade of my life. Well, the point is, there's a lot of things that I want to do. There's a lot of things that, like, well, the thing is, 10 years is not enough to learn about this world. But I'm grateful for the past 10 years. I learned a lot of things too. So, I'm just trying to be grateful for this past 10 years. I mean, look at this. I have this now. Well, thanks to God, thanks to my parents, thanks to my friends who support me, I can get all of this thing, Even back in 2010, my cell phone is just like this. This is the cheapest one in Indonesia back then. And when everyone's already have like the touchscreen thing or the BlackBerry, it's a booming thing, BlackBerry. But I just have the cheapest one back in 2010. But now, thanks to all of you guys, thanks to my parents, thanks to the God, now I have like this phone now. Like this is real. Well, it's not. It's by myself. I've done this all by myself. Like I'm not asking for my parents anymore. This one I get from my parent, and so I'm really really grateful for the past 10 years for what I achieved. Look at this, my figure. It's been a great 10 years, I think. Well, there's a lot of things to regret still, but still, I'm just trying to be grateful here. Yeah, that's it. Decade of my life. How about you guys? How about your past 10 years? Soon we will reach 2020. Do you feel satisfied enough this past 10 years? Or are you already achieved? Are you already achieved what you want in this life, or is there still something left to do? Comment below here. Share your moment here. Okay. If you like my videos, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And Thanks again for watching. See you again in my next video. Bye bye.